At the time when I was on the boat, the flavor of that meat had a wonderful smokiness, and I thought, well, how am I going to interpret this? So I thought, I'm going to do a simplified version, not something which you can cook in a pit, but a dish which everyone can do wrapped in bread. This is a very tender lamb dish, and the lamb which I'm using here is leg of lamb, and it's been cut into about 1.5 inch cubes. First of all, you've got to put the lamb in the pot with water. You bring it to the boil, and then you remove all the impurities from the pot. The reason why I want to do that is that I'm going to add my spices to the stock, and the thing is that you don't want all this to get absorbed by the meat. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of salt. Cover and simmer for about 45 minutes until the lamb is lovely and tender. The key ingredients to this recipe are the pickling spices. When we talk about pickling spices, we talk about mustard seeds, we talk about fennel seeds, we talk about cumin, the onion seeds, which are known as nigella seeds, and then you've got the fenugreek seeds. Now, if you go to other parts of India, they call this panch puran. Panch means 5, and puran is a combination of these spices which give it that pickling taste. Next, add a tablespoon of mustard oil to a large pan and 100 grams of ghee or clarified butter. This will soften the flavor of the sharp mustard oil. Get it really hot, then add 4 large sliced onions and fry them for around 15 minutes. They will become a lovely brown color and caramelize. Now you can see these are perfect, so I'm going to strain them immediately. Look at that, aren't they beautiful? Now that's what fried onions are like. My experience with Samir was quite sensational. I couldn't get over the fact that I was on this amazing boat, and it was like Cleopatra meeting Mark Antony. I'd sort of had built an extraordinary rapport with him, and what I found was that there's such a wonderful humanness when you're talking from one chef to another. It's wonderful. It's not just talking about food, but we talk about all sorts of things. Now add 6 broken chilies to the oil strained from the onions and cook until they blacken. This will give the oil a wonderful flavor. Then remove the chilies. To this beautiful infused oil, add 6 cloves, 4 green cardamoms, 3 black cardamoms, a pinch of asafoetida, which has a taste similar to leeks when cooked, and your pickling spices. Once they sizzle, add your grated ginger and garlic. Oh, the smell and the aromas of those pickling spices is second to none. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. Now it's ready for the tender and succulent lamb, which has been drained from the stock. The turmeric's given it a wonderful color. I'm just going to add a teaspoon of chili powder, give that a stir, add some jaggery, which is unrefined sugar, to give it that wonderful sweetness, and some of the fried onions, and I'll leave a few just for garnishing. And then you toss that all in, so you've got that wonderful sweetness again from the onion mixture. Finally, you finish off with the lime juice, and that gives it a lovely balance of sweet and sour. Being in India always feels like coming home. I spent my school days here soaking up the colour, the warmth of the people, and of course the amazing food, which has had a long-lasting influence on me. So there you have this delicious lamb with pickling spices, with a bit of sweetness, sharpness, bitterness. It's just so delicious. Just like Chef Samir, I'm wrapping my lamb in bread. I'm using chapati, which is a simple mix of flour, oil, warm water and salt. Sprinkle with fried onions, roasted garlic, and of course, coriander to garnish. My version of Chef Samir's ancient recipe, lamb in pickling spices, a smoky, succulent treat. Next up, I'm